Hi everyone, my name is Amy Adams from Don't Just Think It, Do Yoga. And um, I think yoga is such a beautiful practice that has so many facets to it, and including the whole spiritual aspect of it, which sometimes people aren't really into. Anyway, the thing is that I wanted to talk to today about the cosmos as a living being because somebody had posted something on Reddit, and I didn't actually even have time to go through and read the comments yet. But it was something that's very near and dear to me because we are. What is going on here? There's Kiki. We are. Hi, Kiki. So, I mean, I think the reason why it's really important to think of it as a living being is not just because it is one, even though some people say empirically we couldn't say that it is, but that makes no sense because we're living beings and we're part of the cosmos. So, I think let's just throw that theory out the window. Um, but we're all interconnected, and everything in the cosmos is interconnected, and that's the whole concept of we are one, right? So it's a unified living system, and I wrote something a long time ago about it, and a couple of years ago when I first started the magazine, because I had somebody say something that had commented on Facebook on an unrelated, post, and they said, "Well, I don't really understand even like that concept." So anyway, I want to just say it's not magical thinking. Like, you are a living being. My dog is a living being. All the people in your neighborhood are living beings. All the plants are living beings. All the animals that are all around us are living beings. The trees, everything. And we all depend on one another. And it's an interdependency. We're interconnected. And without each other, we're not going to have a beautiful life on this gorgeous planet. And this planet can't exist unless it is floating around in space. So, anyway, it's not magical thinking. It's true, because we're not separate from everything around us. And so I'm just gonna tell you a couple of reasons why, and I want you to think about this because when you breathe the air in from around you, that inhale becomes a part of you, because you are inhaling oxygen and then you're exhaling the I don't know if we call it the waste product, but the converted product. And so it's like this interchange, right? So you are taking in something and you're giving something else back. And when you drink water, that was also like a cloud. It was the sea. It was all different forms. And we learn this in like elementary science stuff, right? About all the different forms. But we don't really think about it in our relationship to the earth sometimes, in our relationship with the whole world around us, because we are really often in the mindset of an individual because we have all these like systems and programming that's set up by humans that kind of take us away from that. So we need to remember that. Anyway, but so here's some science facts. The human body is filled with trillions of microbes. Fungi and bacteria outnumber your own body cells 10 to 1. Um, and that doesn't count the viruses that are also teeming in your body. Not all viruses are like, bad things. And if we hammer down every single microscopic cell in your body, I'm reading a little bit from my article, you'll find that they consist of particles, atoms, and molecules that break down to protons and neutrons and even quarks. Many of these particles make up your cells, actually have existed for millions of millennia. So I was kind of inspired to write this because there's a Zen teacher, Leo Babauta. I'm not sure if that's even how you pronounce his name, but he's pretty well known. And so he had written something about it, and he asked these questions, and I think this is really important. Like, what separates you from the breath of air you just took in? What separates you from the water you drink or the food you eat? What separates you from the particles that create the cells that create your body? So, I mean, basically, you exist because of everything around you. And so, let's see. Oh, and this is my favorite question of all. Where do you begin and everything else ends? Because when it comes down to it, nothing is solid, nothing is fixed, and you already know that, right? Anyway, um, so I want you to imagine that you are a million points of light that flow outward from you and inward as you give and receive to everything and everyone around you. So allow your mind to remain open, and free when you feel isolated, alone, or separated. Bring this idea of openness and flow to your awareness, remembering that your life gives and receives from um, existence itself. Okay, so that's my little quick thing. I'll probably do a little bit more on this because you're a cloud, you're a star, and we are one. We are. We are. We are. Namaste.